Epic intro music.
Hello, Bedwars, hello, I can pick the and welcome back to Baldur's Gate 3, Part 7. I've honestly already forgotten. I've played so much, so we're going to get straight back into it. We can come back and get Halcyon ready for a fight. We might just do it. But I would like to still find the leaders. We still need to find that drow. I feel like the ones on the map with the little icon are slightly more important. Okay, here he is. Oh, Dror, Ragzlin. Okay, so maybe if we fight the ones in here... I don't know, should we try to talk to them?
Shh. Let's hope this gives us some answers.
Okay.
Silence. You'll interrupt the ritual.
Okay, let's go talk to them. Oh, he's trying to reanimate one.
Corpse, speak. Reveal truth to the absolute.
We could let him, because he might try and kill everyone.
Nothing. Must be reading it wrong. Suga no Sukuk.
The hobgoblin turns to you, and the parasite
Hobgoblin?
squirms in your skull.
So there's plenty of other races that you can't even pick.
Bile in his soul. The visions cloud your inner eye for a brief moment once again. You see the hobgoblin bowing before the armored elf you'd glimpsed before. The elf speaks of the hunt for a great weapon, and the rewards that will go to whoever finds it. The hobgoblin's eyes gleam hungrily.
Never saw a true soul like you. But you got the Absolute's blessing.
He doesn't speak his next words, yet they still rattle your skull from within.
Okay, so what can we do here?
Talk to a dead squid. Now's your chance.
Oh, moving for the kill on him. Okay, so you gotta watch these things, really. Study the corpse. I kind of want to watch it, because if he reanimates it and it starts killing them, we could use that to our advantage. Let's study it.
This mind flayer's build is smaller, its garb plainer. A fearsome creature even in death, but not the one that tormented you. Yet it too roamed the Nautiloid. It would have seen you, known you.
Absolute says the dead squiddy had a weapon. I reckon the killer nabbed it and scooted off to that looter camp. We find who killed it, and we find who took that weapon. So settle in.
You feel Shadowheart's anxiety. The weapon the Absolute seeks. It's the artifact that she carries. The same one that protected you as you entered the Goblin camp. Her mind focuses. Their suspicion cannot be aroused. They cannot discover that the weapon they seek is within their grasp.
Will anything happen with the ceremony?
On black smoke as the hobgoblin bellows
Let's let him
his
do it.
incantation.
I command you, corpse, speak and say sooth. Lucan ok, al koldek, shulkok hek.
The hideous corpse rises, tentacles writhing. Your heart seizes. What if the creature noted your presence at the crash site?
Control the interrogation. We do get +1 on wisdom. Let's do it. 10. Come on, we should be able to. Let's add the bonus as well, because we can't fail this one. Well, 14. Didn't mean to speed it up, but that worked.
Ragzlin's mind reels, then calms. He will speak as you command. With Ragzlin's voice,
Nice.
you ask,
Who killed you?
Who killed you?
Ragzlin remains composed. If he senses your manipulations, he gives no sign. The creature responds, not in words, but memories. You see a clawed hand open a holding pod, devoid of flesh, only darkness.
Damn it! That tells me nothing!
Ragzlin remains ignorant to your presence in his mind murk. You choose your next question.
What were you doing in Faerun?
What were you doing in Faerun?
Again, visions flow through you. A swarm of Githyanki dragon riders, silver blades held high, control panels melting, flesh pods spilled open.
Githemans. They know something.
Suspicion floods Ragzlin's mind. Your brain howls as you force a final query into his throat.
Okay, so if he's just started to get suspicious, he wants to know, doesn't he? I think. Let's go for it. Why would a Gith chasing that ship?
Why were the Gith chasing that ship?
This will be the last
You
one,
see dark tunnels lit
if we get a
by
choice.
pools of brine. The darkness spreads through the earth. The sky splits open and nautiloids pour out of a void that consumes the stars.
What in the...
The corpse collapses, silent once more.
It's like the D&D film where he has to ask like 5 questions. That was a really funny bit.
And nothing to show for the trouble but rotting squid meat. No answers, no killer, and no damned weapon. The damned Drow was right. Can't let her get all the glory. Seems I ain't done with you. Report to the Drow. Minthara's the name. She's mounting an attack on that blasted grove. Tell her you'll join her.
I want to talk to her.
Praise the Absolute.
Shadowheart and Gale approves is interesting, so let's go and talk to her. Yeah, I don't want to have to fight through the entire thing, especially without the bear. Okay, so we've got all the Goblin loot, so I guess you could get in there if you played your cards right. But yeah, we don't want to do that. We want to talk to Minthara. I thought he pointed, like, behind him. Can I just talk to him again? Tell me where she is. Come on.
What you needing now? The Absolute's got room for everyone, long as you don't defy her. And nobody's that stupid. If the Absolute says to take orders from a Drow, then we toe the mark. No questions.
Okay, we don't need a healer. That just gets us in trouble every time. Maybe these guys have something to say now, actually, because look, there's little lines.
That was intense. I wouldn't want to bump into that thing while it was still alive.
You really wouldn't.
Of course. The Absolute protects us now. But still.
Be nice if it told me where Minthara was, though.
I doubt true soul Minthara
Where
has
is
much
she?
patience left.
Oh, that sounded like her, didn't it? There's definitely a female voice there. Oh, hello, what's... Scrying eye. Yeah, let's look this way. Oh, there's Minthara, finally. So yeah, okay, we can't... Can we talk to it? Was that...
Glassy black surface reflects
It's like
your gaze.
Sauron.
As you gaze deeper, you feel a focus, an intent.
Reach out.
You feel a brief lurching connection.
I feel like a
sensation of
Shiri
falling
wave is
into your own
gonna be
image
too suspicious.
endlessly. Confusion, alarm. Then the presence withdraws, leaving a dull black mirror once more.
Okay, so let's finally talk to her. She's got 52 health. Don't want to fight her.
Has not returned, and half of the intruders escaped your guards.
Sorry, mistress. We mucked up.
Until their sanctuary is found, I will take something precious from you every hour that passes. A trinket, a tongue, a limb.
I ain't no use without my limbs. The lad'll make the prisoner squeal soon enough. I swear.
Silence now, creature, or I will silence you forever.
As she turns to you, her thoughts mingle with yours. A cold hand caressing your brain. The chamber melts away to reveal a dark, endless nowhere. In it you see a vision. The drow listens as a pale-eyed young woman whispers in her ear. One of those the voice spoke of. One of the chosen. The vision fades away.
The one that spoke to us probably too.
Soul. Praise be. Are you here to join my hunt?
I can't remember who Nere is. Do the top one.
Yes.
It's a
I
cover.
suppose I might
Safe
offer
passage.
But first, we hunt. Prove yourself worthy, and you will have what you see.
How do you know I'm a true soul?
Why do you ask? Surely you feel the absolute moving through me, just as I feel her in you. Now, you must hunt with me. In her name.
We've got the seeing eye, and we've got other goblins though, so if we take her out, who's the target?
Worshippers of a false god. Their existence is an insult to the Absolute's claim on this region. There is a weapon the Absolute seeks. I'm sure those wretches have it hidden away there. We will find it amongst the dead and the ashes.
So it looks like we can even side
Lingers on thoughts of victory,
with the goblin
of
in this.
unbelievers' blood spilled, and of the weapon. She will seize it in the Absolute's name.
The thief, whimpering in our dungeon, tried to flee to their sanctuary. We will continue to remove parts of him until he tells us exactly where it is. He's been resilient, but he'll talk.
She is seeking the grove you visited. Already you feel her mind closing around yours.
Okay, so this really feels like one of the main good or evil decisions. We don't want them to slaughter the camp. Should we try the first one? I don't really know, because this is just your thoughts, isn't it? So the tiefling should be warned. Together you can outnumber her warband. Or misdirect her. Should we try 3? Perhaps you can misdirect her.
Speak, true soul. The hunt must begin soon.
Okay, but we've already found him.
Excellent. Be sure not to kill him before he talks.
Okay, so we need to get rid of the scrying eye, basically, don't we? Because there's only one other goblin there. Maybe we talk to the companions, see if they actually have any input. I'm going to talk to all 3 of them.
Bloody hells. Literally. Just when I think I've got a grasp on our dilemma, a devil shows up. No matter. We've dealt with every other oddity thrown at us lately. We can handle this one too.
Is she talking about the actual devil,
as for this
though?
wolf
Yeah,
I
so
am,
she is talking
He
about
knows our secret. He claims he can help. What do you make of him?
Let's go for the wisdom roll, then. Okay, so we'll read her thoughts.
Anticipation. She is testing you somehow. About Raphael.
Wouldn't trust him, I guess.
No doubts at all. He seemed powerful and very knowledgeable about our problem. Not the worst prospect we've stumbled across. As long as you can look past what he is.
What do you think is best?
I'll tell you in due course. I just wanted to see how close we are in thinking, first of all.
Okay, so it's a test, so we can't trust him.
Good. That's what I wanted to hear. He's clever. My order uses the same tactic when dealing with enemies of Shah. You don't need a scourge or a rack to break people. Fear and self-doubt is sufficient. When actual pain comes, the victim's already done the heavy lifting for their torturer. There were no right answers with that devil. He was toying with his food. Us.
Good, okay. I think I've detected a note of admiration in your voice.
I respect his craft. As should you. Watch out for that devil.
Obviously she still has it.
The wound on my hand. It never quite heals.
What was the wound?
Sometimes it causes terrible pain to rip through me. It's my burden, though, from Lady Shah. I can feel her influence somehow.
Is there anything I can do?
I don't think so, but you're sweet to ask. Maybe just be patient the next time you see me wince or cry out. It'll pass quickly enough. It always does. Pain is sacred to followers of Lady Shah. Pain will give way to loss and then to the peace of her eternal darkness. You can tolerate a great deal of suffering so long as it has meaning.
What causes it to hurt you?
Difficult to say. Sometimes I wonder if it's supposed to be guiding me, punishing me, testing me. But perhaps it's none of those. Perhaps it's completely random. I'd like to hope there's more to it than that. Some meaning that Lady Shah will reveal to me when the time is right. Until then, all I can do is endure.
Why would the Shah subject you to such a thing?
I cannot say. Not with what I can recall. But even then, it would not be for me to question her will. Lady Shah has her reasons.
That'll do for me. Okay. I want to get to know you more, Shadowheart.
You already know my biggest secrets. What more can you ask?
Tell me something about yourself besides Shah, besides tadpoles.
What? Besides my life's calling and the greatest problem I've ever faced? Well, I like night orchids and can't swim. Is that the sort of thing you meant?
You'll have to point out night orchids to me if we ever pass some.
It's a deal.
Anything else you'd care to share?
I can't. Quite literally, I mean. With my memory suppressed, I can't betray Shah's secrets. But I can't remember much of myself either. If I manage to return to Baldur's Gate and fulfill Shah's mission, then my memories will be restored.
Well, we've already known that, but we can still ask again.
It is an act of faith, not to be undertaken lightly.
I'm sure we've asked that one already.
Shah will reward me when I succeed.
Should we ask about this again?
You do. But please try to understand that it's not something I can just talk about freely.
I have no problems with Shah worshippers if that's what concerns you. Does it tell you like which one's more difficult? No, so just got to take a guess. Only 5, so we're gonna pass. No, oh no. Okay, awkward. That's gonna annoy her. We were doing well there. Let's roll again, because we're not going to lose 2 in a row, surely. Oh, it's close. Nice though, nice, nice.
Very well. Perhaps there's potential in you.
Oh, approves. We got a lot of approves in this conversation.
I am indeed a disciple of Shah, Mistress of the Night and Lady of Loss. I assume you've heard of her?
Remind me.
My Lady Shah is the Night Singer, the patron of darkness and loss.
Please continue.
Most fear the dark, like children, because in darkness they see their fears reflected. But Shah teaches us to step beyond fear, beyond loss. In darkness, we do not hide. We act. Pain, hope, the promise of better days. All of these are heavy cloaks that bend our backs and burden our hearts. We shed those cloaks. Before Shah, we stand gloriously naked, beyond the vanities of mortals.
When you put it like that, it seems strangely comforting.
There's comfort, yes. But often there has to be pain beforehand. We tear down the lies the world is drunk on. The institutions they trust, the so-called gods they worship, the lives they cling to. We destroy false idols, topple corrupt organizations, fight heretics wherever they're found. There's often suffering, death even. Many people break before they embrace Shah's truths.
Tell me more.
You're wiser than most. Many people balk at our doctrine. It's the reason why we cherish secrecy. You've a habit of saying all the right things. Either you're very glib or we're kindred spirits. Maybe both, know myself. But yes, once we've saved ourselves, we can talk more on this.
Okay. Okay, Artifact seems to be protecting her somehow. Well, we know she still has it, that's silly. I do kind of want to ask her what her opinion is on this situation, but while we've got her, let's press further, I guess. I can't help but feel you and I might have missed a chance to connect. Truly connect.
think I know what you mean. There's an undeniable rapport, and yet we haven't made time for each other. Time alone. Easily remedied, if you like. I know a place.
Oh yeah? Lead the way.
Not just yet. Let's choose our moment. Some quiet night, when the others are asleep and there's no distraction.
Oh, I see, I see.
I'll come for you.
Okay, so I bet that's going to happen soon. Okay, so yeah, it's not really the place to be talking about it. We're doing it in front of Minthara, right in the Goblin camp. But we definitely got somewhere with that conversation. That was good. That feels silly to ask, but should we just do it?
Quite the understatement, but yes, I have it. And I'll guard it with my life.
Say it costs you your life, what then?
Then so be it. I did my duty. As for the artifact, it's powerful, and has a mind of its own sometimes. You'd better hope you're up to bearing it. Don't forget what it was like when you heard the voice. It'll only get worse if you don't have the artifact to protect you.
God, we only got two choices. How can you be so sure of yourself?
It's called faith. Duty. It doesn't have to add up to me as long as I serve. I'm part of a bigger plan. One that will be revealed in time.
Yeah, let's not push it, because I wasn't that fussed about pushing that one. And now let's see if she... Because what I want is an opinion on the decision I'm about to make.
Fine. What's on your mind?
So hopefully... Oh god, let's just ask
Does
that.
it even need to be asked? We're beyond me merely liking you. I think I'm a different person, owing to you.
That was fast. Not really what I meant. But yeah, I'm sure she will surprise us when we next rest. Should we ask that just to ask everything?
On one hand, they seem useful. But on the other hand, or perhaps tentacle before long, we know where they're coming from. And what lies at the end of that path. I never expected Ceramorphosis to be tempting. I think we should resist these powers. There's
She is
too many
tempted.
unknowns for us to risk it.
Persuasion. Should we try to persuade her? The odds are stacked against us. Can we truly afford to ignore such a potential advantage? Let's go, because, I mean, if it goes wrong, it goes wrong. It's not really a big deal, surely. 1. Okay, that's a shame. Hopefully it doesn't annoy her too much, because we were working so well there. We were working so well.
My mind is set.
So, no inkling on what we should do, but I guess now we'll just do it with all of them.
Raphael flaunts his paltry wings as if he wants to impress us.
They seem more
You
focused
saw
on
the Black Dragon
Raphael.
slaying his infernal kin above hell's fires, did you not? Next to a dragon, the devil's a gnat. When I am Kithrak, I will take my Queen Vlaakith his head as a trophy.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, we'll go with the top one. Kithrak, what does that mean?
Githyanki Knights, the riders that chase the Nautiloid. They are the commissars and enforcers of my Queen Vlaakith's will. Vlaakith bestows no greater honor. To wield a Kithrak silver sword is my destiny.
So the dialogue is good,
I earn my queen's favor.
but I wanted something to help me with the current decision. Doesn't look like I'm gonna get it. Why were the knights chasing the Mind Flayer ship?
Are my kind's mortal enemy. It is not unusual for the Kithrak to give chase, to penetrate the hells. This is unusual. But I'm not one to question the wisdom of my queen. I can see but to the horizon. Vlaakith's sight pierces the many planes.
You look so unusual. Give Yankee a rare in these parts.
I expect I am your first.
I've never heard of your kind until my capture.
I suppose I am as alien to you as you are to me. I know of your kind, but I do not often encounter them. That large, fleshy nose of yours looks like a mistake.
Really? Thanks for noticing.
It was an observation, not a compliment. No matter. I do not intend to stay long in this place.
Have you thought about making use of the tadpole's power?
Mark my words. This power would be no blessing, but a curse. You might might as well ask me to gouge out my eyes for the promise of sight, or slice off my tongue for the promise of taste. Consume all the gate tadpoles you wish. I'm not so craven.
If we must bear the tadpoles' burdens, we would also avail ourselves of their power. 20. Yeah, that ain't happening. Can we... Okay, so we can't back out on this. Let's just go for it. Oh, we got 19. God. Maximum 18.
And when the tadpole has stretched to every pore and slithered through every vein,
What then?
Hear my screams. It won't check my
Okay, let's just get a bit further through because we're spending a lot of time here. Okay.
I have known. I understand much more to the point. I know the cure. It is imperative we locate a creche.
Okay, well, we got...
You do well to observe more and question less. Yes. Then you start to hallucinate. Your bones will change.
Yeah, and then we turn into a...
You have ceased to exist.
We will find a cure.
Words forged in steel. May your actions express the same metal. We must find my kind and be rid of the parasite. It's as simple as that. The first symptoms should have long since started, though. That is what puzzles me.
This is good news.
Yes, if you give it no further bad surprise. Besides, what hasn't happened may yet come to pass.
No, okay, so we've exhausted that. Let's try Gale, but I guess
You feel as flattered as I do. Fighting to dine with a devil.
You have a strange definition of flattery.
Believe me, that was a devil's equivalent of serenades and roses. Don't let his bluster fool you. All that talk of desperation merely illustrates his own. I think he wants something from us, badly. And in that knowledge lies our opportunity.
But what is it this devil wants so badly?
Our souls. But I suspect that's but his opening offer. Let me play the devil's advocate. The man is too eager. Do not dismiss his offer out of hand. If there's one quality all the denizens of the hells embody, it's ambition. Quality they share with many humans, come to think of it.
And how do you propose we beat a devil at his own game?
By figuring out his true intentions. Fact 1, there's something very strange and very powerful about our tadpoles. Fact 2, a devil offers to take it away. Devils aren't known to aid mortals out of simple kindness. Whatever Raphael wants, we must be the key to getting it, along with our tadpoles. So, we say for now, we wait. If I'm right, Raphael will seek us out again, and when he does, there's a mighty bargain to be made. Remember his Cormyrean rhyme? Down came the claw. Perhaps we should start growing our nails.
Anything else to say?
How can I help?
We're not going to do the top one. Let's just ask him about his conditions.
Tribute. The kind a king might pay to a more powerful neighbor to avoid invasion. As long as I pay, there will be peace. But should I ever stop, along comes a war. I can assure you, the battlefield would extend well beyond the borders of my body alone.
Okay, so let's just see if he has anything else to say. I just don't know. Okay, so we're done with all the dialogue. That took quite a while, so are we going to try and kill her? That didn't help at all. So we've already killed one of them. One of them is dead in the pen, right? So we've just got to take her out. Let's try fight her. Let's save it. I'm going to save it. Saving it right here, and I'm going to try and fight her, I think. Maybe talk to him first.
If you're here to help with the raid, talk to her ladyship. She's in charge.
Report, and make it quick. Organizing these creatures tests my patience.
So we can obviously join her, but I don't think we're going to do that this time. How did the Dror come to be commanding a tribe of goblins?
They are flocking to the Absolute. In sufficient numbers, they are an effective force. Expendable and willing.
She wants us to go talk to him. Will he have anything else to talk to us about? Is there any point in going back? I think we just fight our way out with the bear, to be honest. Because it's either that or we betray him. We just got to choose between the two. There's no other options. So I might just do the long rest, have a couple of chats in camp, because, yeah, we don't have the spell slots. Yeah, so we're going to go with a long rest. Okay, so now we're actually camping in the Goblin place. Like, that's really cool. So I wonder if they've got extra conversation now.
Lady of Sorrows, guide us. Did you want something? Fine. What's on your mind?
So she said she would find us, though, so we don't actually need to... Oops, we don't actually need to talk to her now. But we could continue the dialogue with Wyll and Astarion, because we haven't grilled them. So let's find out what they've...
Old fairy tale my father read to me. The kind with a hero, a villain, and a moral. A farmer made a deal with the devil, so the story goes. In exchange for the farmer's dearest fruit, the devil granted him a bottomless coin purse. The farmer's dearest fruit, naturally, was no apple nor peach, but his beloved daughter. We can learn a lot from fairy tales, don't you think?
Of course. Yet with the right teacher, yes. What are your thoughts?
Refuse him no matter how tempting the offer, no matter how delicious the feast he lays out for you.
At the moment, I'm leaning towards that too. But we could use him, depending on the other guy said he might have a better offer. If we don't have to sell the soul, then yeah. No, that's too far, so I have no interest in a devil's deal.
That's because you still have hope. But when he becomes your last hope, remember this. He'll require of you only what you're least ready to part with. And then require more still. You might think you'd give up anything for a cure. But the devil won't take just anything. He'll take everything.
And if we can't use it to our advantage, that is exactly why we don't want to do it.
Well, man.
What do you think of the illithid potential, the dream visitor you spoke of?
I think that unknowable powers come with unknowable consequences. I can't say I'm not curious. But once you take an illithid by the talon, there's no telling how deep into the abyss it might drag you.
We could do a persuasion, why not? Shouldn't we seize every possible advantage? I feel like we should just go for them. Okay, disadvantage, it doesn't say like a negative... Oh, go on, I just want to see what happens if we get one of these. Okay, so, oh, it means we get the lower roll, I didn't know that. Okay, so we had like no chance of doing that. So I guess
where you're coming from. Truly, I do.
I guess these rolls are never worth it then, really, because they always end up disapproving.
Illithid weapons of war, and I'm not so certain they won't be turned against us upon consuming them.
How did you come to be?
My father once said, "One does not pursue a champion's life. One merely answers its call." So it was for me. I was hunting near the Cloakwood when I heard it. A child crying out from a lone farmstead. I found him in the fields, flanked by goblins. His mother's corpse bled into the soil next to him. I don't remember much of the battle, but I remember drying the boy's tears after.
What act could be finer than saving a life? You must have felt proud.
Proud? No. Angry. Angry at the monsters preying on innocents. Angry at the so-called good gods for tolerating the cruelty of the evil. Angry at myself that it took so long for me to see the coast suffering. The frontiers demanded a blade. And so I heeded.
It's nice to finally put a face to the name.
And it's nice to meet someone of your talents. Having a worm wriggling in my skull didn't instill much confidence in the days ahead. With you as my ally, the future looks a little less daunting.
How does the Blade of Frontiers end up chasing a devil in the hells?
Fires raged in Baldur's Gate before she escaped to Avernus, as my source told it. And she was planning to return. One of the archdevil Zariel's own. Chaos incarnate, a devil with pure fire for a heart. I made my way to Avernus to stop her. She fled from my reach. Even climbed aboard the Mind Flayer ship as it screeched through the hells. I followed in close pursuit. I can't bear to imagine the lives Karlach might be taking. The damage she might be doing.
He's never going to tell us, but who is this source of yours?
A powerful friend with a key
hello.
interest in privacy.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I'm sworn to say no more.
I think this is it. I think we could try Astarion now. Yeah, we just one last chance to see if anything comes up. We're going to talk to Astarion.
Now there's a bloody devil trailing after us. Well, this gets better and better. Shop around, he said. He seems sure we won't find anything. And he might be right. We've had no luck so far.
Astarion is pretty funny. We'll have to cross that bridge when we come to
If we
it.
don't know what we're walking into, that bridge will collapse under us. The devil has a plan. He's playing with us. Cazador, my old master, liked to toy with people too. Let them think there was hope right until the end. Until he snatched it on the way.
It does seem like that's going to be the case, so I don't think we can trust him in any way. Let's not make a deal with the devil. So what do we do?
We keep hunting for answers.
We do need more information.
This is no ordinary mind flayer parasite. Who tampered with it, and why? What do they have planned for us? And why are we important enough that a devil comes knocking on our door? If we find those answers, we might have a chance.
Okay, just make sure he's still...
I suppose you want to hear about Cazador.
Yeah? Yes?
My old master. Before the mind flayers took me from him. Before this strange, twisted freedom. Cazador Zar is a vampire lord in Baldur's Gate. The patriarch of his coven, and a monster obsessed with power. Not political power or military power, I mean power over people. The power to control them completely. He turned me nearly 200 years ago. I became his spawn. And he became my tormentor.
What did he do?
He had me go out into Baldur's Gate to fetch him the most beautiful souls I could find. It was a fun little ritual of his. I'd bring them back, and he'd ask if I wanted to dine with him. And if I said yes, he'd serve me a dead, putrid rat. Of course, if I said no, he'd have me flayed. Hard to say which was worse.
That sounds terrible. I'm so sorry.
Thank you. But this isn't about sympathy. It's about knowing what we might be up against. The Mind Flayers aren't the only monsters out there, and they might not be the only ones hunting us. All I'm asking is that you keep your eyes open and watch out for anything lurking in the shadows.
You keep me safe, and I'll do the same.
What more could I ask? Now, is that all?
Maybe. Oh, okay, we've got a lot to go through now. Okay, it's about you biting me.
I've already apologized. What more do you want? Unless you're looking for another nibble.
No. I need to know how we'll feed you in the future.
No innocence. You have my word. Only villains that we need to kill anyway. After all, you know what I am now. I can fight with all my weapons. Teeth included.
Ah.
And if
okay, so he probably has more
I
powerful
an
attacks
occasional
now.
bandit during a fight, what's the harm? They're just as dead.
Well, yeah, alright, if it's people that are gonna get killed anyway. But yeah, no innocence. I'll be watching.
Excellent. Now, shall we go? I'm already feeling a little peckish.
Tell me about your
I
history.
insist on exhuming the past. I was a slave.
Yeah, we've heard that.
But now, I've been conveniently lost.
How does someone become a vampire?
Just in theory,
Yeah.
the next step is to drink their blood. Once you've done that, you're free. And a true vampire.
Ah, in theory.
People think the biggest threat to a vampire is a cleric with a stake. It's not. The biggest threat to a vampire is another vampire. They're scheming, paranoid, power-hungry beasts. So why would any vampire give up control over a spawn to create a competitor? Trust me, it doesn't happen.
What do you think is waiting for us at Moonrise Towers?
Who knows? Drow? Mind flayers? Death? Hopefully not ours. But maybe answers. If we can convince the right people to talk.
Yeah, what do you make of Raphael's deal?
It's tempting. If I keep the tadpole, I risk transforming into a grotesque monster. If I lose the tadpole, Cazador has control of me, body and soul, and I return to the shadows.
Interesting.
It's grim either way. So why not sell what's left of my soul to a devil? Better he has it than Cazador.
Interesting.
I'm glad to hear it. Whatever's coming, we need to keep our options open.
Okay, so we spoke with the rest of them. We did Gale and Lae'zel, and we don't have anything else to say really, I don't think so. I think we should rest and then end the episode there, because we might get a scene, although that... Yeah, so I will end it there, because I have overrun again. So, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.
Please remember to like, comment and subscribe, and remember you can always follow me on Twitter and Instagram